What is going on, guys? This is your host of the Most Philly Jim, and I'm with Joey Shakes once again. As always, the Read and React show is back, so we had a satisfying victory and a very emotional victory on Monday Night Football in overtime. To me, Carson Wentz had his Philadelphia Eagles moment that we've been waiting to see. So it was very good. So we have a chance to build on that, get one step closer to an NFC title, but the Washington Redskins stand in our way. What is going on, Joe? How you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. I'm ready to, get by this Monday night win. Very emotional and, glad
Right.
that we, are really excited to see some of these young players and get ready for the Redskins this week.
Absolutely. So, guys, welcome to Read and React. As we start off every single Read and React show, we are bringing you the poll question. I did put up a poll question that said the Eagles will win the NFC East, yes or no. But I thought of this right before the show started. So in this past Monday night game, they said that Carson Wentz was calling a lot of these plays as opposed to Doug Peterson, opposed to Mike Groh. So my poll question is, moving forward, should the Philadelphia Eagles coaching staff give Carson Wentz full control of the play calling? Yes or no? We will revisit that later, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about a few injuries that are going on both sides. Aguilar did not practice again today, so basically, if that were to hold up, Philadelphia Eagles would be with only Greg Ward and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside again. And as we saw, J.J., he had a minor injury at the end of the game. So who's to say something can't happen to Greg Ward and J.J.? God forbid that happens and you have zero wide receivers. What are you going to do then? Then you would be in a situation where Josh McCown is playing receiver, as crazy as that sounds. But, Joe, do you think the Eagles need to add another wide receiver by the time we play this game? Whether you promote Mark and Michelle, who just came back to the practice squad about a week ago, or you bring in a Dez Bryant, you bring in a Michael Crabtree, someone like that. What are your thoughts on bringing in another wide receiver for this game?
I mean, I think they should. I mean, I don't think they should be. I don't think they should stay the way they have been staying, like they did Monday night, where they had to put a tight end inside the slot and kind of just move him around a little bit. But I honestly think that you bring in a Marcus Michelle and it's just see what he could do. I know he only scored one touchdown in the preseason game this past year, but I mean, really, this is just an experiment right now. I mean, what we're doing is pretty much an experiment. Like they're putting these hungry young players out there that have been on practice squad, and they're just pretty much saying, "Yo, give us what you got, see what you could do." And what I've seen so far is I could see Greg Ward's speed. I could see that, he would have had that touchdown catch. He dropped it, unfortunately, but has got caught some crucial first down plays. You know what I mean? And having Boston Scott in the backfield and just all these young guys are just it's a breath of fresh air for this offense. And I think someone else does need to happen. Someone needs to be brought up. I know Doug talked about, I think today or yesterday, talked about that they're actually taking these individual players that are starting in this offense, like Greg Ward, and they're putting him in specific drills on their own, kind of getting that chemistry up with Carson Wentz, and doing some things like that, because chemistry, that's where it's really important. I know they're not bringing in Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews signed with the 49ers. Thank freaking God. We don't need him. But yeah, I'm expecting another receiver to be brought up, and hopefully they're working somebody out, or hopefully someone's in the building that within the practice squad on the roster that they're saying, hey, let's bring him up, by Friday, Saturday, and he'll be set and ready to go in this lineup.
Right. I want to add one more thing to what you said. Made a lot of good points, but to me, having these young guys, these hungry young guys, as you put it, is good for us, because it's not only because we get to see what these guys are about, we get to see, hey, we don't know much about these young guys. We saw them in preseason, but that's a very small body of work. We don't know what Greg Ward can really do. We don't know what Marcus Michelle can really do. We don't know what Robert Davis can really do. Robert Davis, the other receiver on the Eagles practice squad that could be brought up this week. But also, these young guys are nobodies. No one knows them, and they want to make a name for themselves. They want to prove to other teams in the league that, hey, we worked our asses off, and we are here for a reason. So I'm looking for Greg Ward to play with some passion and some hunger and go out there and show what he can do. Same with Marcus Michelle. Same with any practice squad guy that no one knows about. Bringing these guys up, showing what they can do. So I think if you look at it from that perspective, it's something to be excited about because you know what? There's been a lot of times that I could say this year, I don't see that fire and desire in Alshon Jeffrey's eyes and Nelson Aguilar's eyes. I didn't see it this year like I've seen it in 2018 when that team was dead and they rose up. Jeffrey made some big plays down the stretch. Aguilar made huge plays down the stretch. It just hasn't been there. That fire and desire was left in the run from 2017 to 18. So there's fresh blood in here when you look at it from that perspective. I think you got to be excited about it. Dudes coming in to prove to the league that they can play.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, a breath of fresh air with this. It's like being gifted with a brand new offense, like a brand new receiver core and a fresh running back in the backside. You know what I mean? I know we don't have that bruiser like we have with Jordan Howard.
Yep.
But I noticed a difference in using Boston Scott, like using him, from when he played week 11, they were pretty much just giving him handoffs up the middle. They weren't using him in open space. They used him in open space like Carson Wentz would get the ball in his hands, throw a side pass, a little dump off side pass to him, and just let him work the field on his own. With blockers in front, he could work the field on his own. He will most likely 100% make the first guy miss every time. And you already saw that with Jack Rabbit getting his ankles broken in that game, and it was just so exciting. And just the passion, I could see he was flexing. They had a little bit of swagger in that game, and they were kind of going out there showing like, "Yo, we're not losing this game for nothing. We're not losing this game, period." So and Greg Ward and just all these guys, man. Like JJ didn't have that many targets, but he caught one crucial catch. And then we had defensive holding on that play, which moved the sticks even further. So, I want to see more from JJ. I really want him to work out. It would be nice if he could have some breakout shit happen with him the rest of the year, because it would be nice to just have him as one possession receiver on the other side. But I feel like it's not going to be enough, but I just want him to make a lot more. I just want this whole receiver core to be hungry going to this game and just being passionate and being in the moment, in the culture, and doing their thing. That's all I care about.
Right. I want to add something to another thing to what you said. You mentioned how the team was they have this new swagger, and with these new guys like Boston Scott, you should have seen I watched the post game speech thing that Doug does after the games. And he pretty much, when they were going, he was going up. Oh, we wouldn't have won the game without. Where's JJ or the young guys? G Ward, Sidney Jones, and then when he said Boston Scott, the whole locker room, it was quiet. It was quieter when they said Sidney and JJ and all the other guys, but when they said Boston, like people were pumped. Like the Philadelphia Eagles love Boston Scott, so. I think if Jordan Howard is able to return this year, and I hope he is, because one thing you can count on in the playoffs in January in the cold is a running game and a defense. And our defense has had some bad moments, but they've also had some really good moments this year. And they had a good outing against Russell Wilson, who potentially could be a matchup in the playoffs. So those two things you can hang your hat on. So we get Howard back and Jackson back, then you could be in a situation to make some noise. But before we get into all of that playoff talk, the Washington Redskins stand in our way. And looking at their injury report, I saw that Ryan Kerrigan's out. He has been ruled out, their best pass rusher. Quentin Dunbar is out, the starting corner. Another one of their corners has a 4-game suspension, along with Darius Geist, their starting running back, is also out for the season. Adrian Peterson gets the nod, but don't sleep on Adrian Peterson after he scored like a 90-yard touchdown against us
Right.
at the Link last year, just around this time of the year. But even with our injuries right now, Lane Johnson up in the air, probably not going to have Aguilar. A few other guys out. Alshon obviously out for the season. This is a game we should definitely win. You agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything crazy we have to do. We just have to not shoot ourselves in the foot, take care of business. There's some players that I think could do some damage on their side. You got to watch out for that Terry McLaurin, that rookie receiver. He got us good the first time around, but back then, he's a rookie. Nobody really knows anything about him, and now there's you got a lot of games to work on. So Terry McLaurin can be a home run threat. So you really got to defend him. And other than that, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders. These guys you got to make the plays, catch the ball, get some good drives offensively, and put some points up on the board early and often. So hopefully you can get a big lead by the fourth quarter and just kind of cruise to a victory.
Right. I think I know Dwayne Haskins. I know he had a leg injury in the second quarter of that Green Bay game, but the head coach, the newly acquired head coach now, said that he was okay and he's been practicing all week. Dwayne Haskins is either going to be make it or break it with him. You get pressure on him. I know he's got some wheels on him. He could definitely run. He's definitely mobile, so you got to watch out for that. I know the offensive line. I think Trent Williams is back. I think he's back in the mix over there. I could be wrong. I haven't been following the Redskins at all. I had to look a lot of stuff up yesterday with the injury report and everything else. So not having Kerrigan is huge because we all know Big V had, his rookie year is a totally different story because I think that's when Lane Johnson was out with the PEDs. He had to go to right tackle, which he played left tackle. But This year, this offseason, they cross-trained him to right guard, to right tackle, and he really screwed up maybe on very few plays Monday night, but it wasn't like something crazy. But, Lane Johnson owns Kerrigan anyway, but we all know Lane Johnson's not playing. We needed him for the Cowboy game, which is very important. So, Dunbar's hurt. Simeon, another guy, or Simon, whatever his name is, the other corner that was suspended 4 games for use, some type of whatever. He got suspended by the league for 4 games, so he's not going to be. So they could be down 2 corners. Their best pass rusher, their linebackers ain't great. I'd say work the middle of the field. Josh Norman, we all know he's just not good anymore. Really just can't cover anybody. Now, I know he can't cover top-tier receivers. We all know he really doesn't, he usually just plays one side of the damn field most of the time. But since we don't have, high talented wide receivers or top-tier guys that, in our book, but I don't know who he's going to cover. I have no idea. But I want to see if some of these guys can actually beat him and do something, and it would be really nice. But I think we have a huge chance against this team. I understand. Look, right. Terry McLaurin, he burned us first game of the season like bad. I mean, he's become a very good. Getting rid of Josh Doxson was pretty much a really good thing that the Redskins did, and they didn't pay him and Terry McLaurin that they drafted. It has worked out pretty damn well. Vernon Davis, got to watch out for him. Because Vernon Davis always has some big play on us all the time. As old as he is, he could still play. Camu Grugier-Hill is back from concussion protocol, which is good. Adds to that linebacker. I haven't really had issues with the linebackers at all, to be honest. Nathan Gary's been playing absolutely amazing. Nigel Brown, when he's in, he's been playing pretty good. Young linebackers, the other young linebackers. I mean, it's been doing pretty damn good. So we're going to see what happens. But yeah. I think the matchups are good. I think this team is hungry going to this game. I think not only that just the team is hungry, but the confidence going into the next game is even better and it's greater. And they know that their backs are
For
against
all
the
the
wall.
marbles.
Their backs are against the wall. They have to win out. And, going over to Washington, you know what, to FedEx Field, I have a big feeling. Now, I know that Geis is, we all talked about Darius Geis is going to be out for Washington. I think the head coach was talking the phone call with the beat writers today, and pretty much you're going to get some Wendell Smallwood in the mix for the Redskins running back. So you're going to have Adrian Peterson. You're going to have Wendell Smallwood in there. And he's 100% healthy. So we're probably going to see a little bit of him. But other than that, I like the matchups. I think this is this is a win for Philly. This is a win for Philadelphia. Honestly, the Eagles should win this game. They really should. If they play with the heart, if they play with everything we know what they can play with, we have this game.
Absolutely. And I was gonna say something. I had no idea Wendell Smallwood was gonna get some playing time. I was gonna just throw this in there just for a little joke, just for a little humor. But this is about the time of year that Wendell Smallwood starts getting heated up around week 15, headed into the wild card round. He gets ready, but I ain't worried about Wendell, and I ain't really too worried about this game. But I shouldn't say that after we lost to the Miami Dolphins. But this is a division game. This is a damn game that we cannot afford to lose. This is a game that I don't think we will lose. So take care of business. Get back to 500. The LA Rams actually beat the Seattle Seahawks at home last week, and they go to Dallas. So we could potentially see the Eagles going into that matchup against the Dallas Cowboys at home. If they're able to win that game, then you pretty much put a dagger in the Dallas Cowboys' hearts and in their season next Sunday. So we got to take care of business first, but it's all in front of us. Like we've kept saying, it's all in front of us, and we get healthy heading into this wild card game. Even the top tier teams, even teams that would be coming in here, talented teams like Minnesota, talented teams like Seattle, even San Francisco, and an inexperienced team. If you come to Philadelphia in January, the weather absolutely sucks. This is not when I think about it, it doesn't just come down to, going to the link. It's a hostile environment. Fans are very passionate, energetic. It's loud, etc. But even more than that, people just don't want to fly across the country to come to Philly and play in prime shitty weather in January. So advantage Eagles if they're able to get a home game. So yeah, I mean, I think it's all in front of us and we should be able to get it done. So we're going to visit the poll question now. So they said this past game that the Carson Wentz pretty much called his plays. He pretty much did what he wanted, played the way he wanted throughout the game, instead of whatever crap is on the sheet that they get that Mike Grill writes down and gives to Doug Peterson. Whatever shit is there, throw it out. Carson, do what you do, do what you're comfortable with doing. So the poll question is yes or no. The Eagles should give Carson Wentz more responsibility, or better yet, full responsibility of running the Eagles offense. What do you think?
I think he should take control, honestly, because we were, you know what, like you got to let Carson Wentz be Carson Wentz. I know after 2017 when he had that injury, I understand. Like I don't want them to make him into a pocket quarterback, because as a pocket quarterback, he's okay, but I think he works better outside. I think he works better when he's taking the ball and he's running left, he's running right, he's ducking, he's making a guy miss. I mean, that's where his plays are coming. I mean, just imagine if you added some top tier receivers with all that combined. I mean, you're working with guys off the practice squad and you're winning a football game. So I've seen him go at the line like kill, kill, kill. He doesn't like what he sees. He says kill, 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 and then changes the play up and does some nice things. So you know what? I think that full control of this offense, let Carson be Carson, and that's it. Don't worry about him getting hit. I think we should be way past that. We're way past him. We're worried he's going to get hurt. We're worried about about this? I'm so glad that it's over. Like, I'm just glad that it's done. I understand he shouldn't take the big hits, and you still like the one thing he's got to stop doing. I know he's gotten 2 passes out of it. When he's getting tackled, he throws the football, and that one was almost picked off.
Right.
That thing went up and it got deflected and went up in the air, and Samal went down and hit that ball.
I saw that. Yep.
Great so, I mean, that's the one thing you just got to watch out for. He was being cautious. He's been throwing the ball out of bounds if he has to. He's been, doing his thing. Whatever it is, it is. If he's getting sacked, he chucks the ball on the ground. So, I mean, if he's inside the pocket, you can't be outside the pocket doing that. Otherwise, it's intentional grounding. But, yeah, full control of this offense.
Right.
I have no problem with it whatsoever. If he knows the plays, he knows his receivers. He's the only one that knows how. It's just going to be about chemistry. And I think now it's the second game. Hopefully, they practiced all week and they worked out some different things. I don't want them to look vanilla. I don't want them to look basic. Like I saw some different plays yesterday. I was like, oh shit! Like hey, like they're throwing a quick one to Boston Scott on the outside. Like they're using guys like I don't want to see a tight end screen. I don't want to see like Dallas Goedert in a tight end screen. They throw to him on the side. Like no, I want if you're using a guy with speed, use a guy with speed. If you're using a guy at shifty, use a guy at shifty like Miles Sanders or whatever it is. But I really liked what I did see. I know the first quarter. I mean, they looked like how they've been looking like the past few weeks in the first quarter. Second quarter, it was kind of building, but it went back down. And then once the second half came, and then overtime came. When overtime came, it was like boom, 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 passes down, run. They were just hammering the New York Giants. Went down, and scored. So you know what? Carson needs full control.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna get my take now. So the first thing I want to say is this tells me that, and we've been harping about the coaching staff the whole year. This tells me that the coaching staff is absolutely been the fucking problem the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
You play one game where you'd say, here, Carson, do what you want to do, and you get plays like that. The offense looks completely different. It's like, why would you not? Why would you put your quarterback out there and tell him to run these plays that he's obviously not comfortable with and keep doing it and thinking it's going to work? It's not going to work. You have to do stuff that makes your guy comfortable. And that's what they did. They said, hey, go do what you're comfortable. And you see Wentz on the rollouts, designed rollouts to get the pocket moving, to get him on the move. Carson Wentz is a totally different quarterback in the pocket than he is on the run. He is – a lot of people say, oh, well, Carson Wentz, he's a good athlete. He's a sneaky good athlete. This guy is a great athlete. He is very, very, very athletic, and that's his strength. So getting him on the run, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But if you tell him to stay in the pocket and not be himself, then you're not going to get good things on the field. So they 100% should have – should they give him more control? They should have been giving him control this entire season. Because I think if they did, there was a lot of games that we would have won. A lot of games. People bring up, oh, we lost by one catch. We lost by one play, 2 plays. Well, guess what? I think there's a lot of damn games we could have won. Talking about probably almost every game we could have at least been in or won if we said, hey, go out there and do what you want. It's pretty simple. So I think this is a simple question that requires a simple answer. But we both gave in-depth answers. So short version, yes. Yes, he should get full control. So this brings us to the end of the show, and we're going to hand out the Sit the Fuck Down Award for the second time this year. So I have 2 nominees that I'm going to throw out there, and Joe, you can nominate whoever. But my first nominee is going to be the New England Patriots for sending a fucking scout to Cincinnati to the Browns and Bengals game to film the fucking 1-10 Bengals. So the Patriots will have intel on their playbook and shit like that. So, and not only that, the Patriots organization actually came out and said, yes, we did it and we apologize and blah, blah, blah. So they fucking go to Bill Belichick, the head coach / the GM of the New England Patriots. And they ask him about it today at the media session, the press conference. And he goes, oh, well, I had no knowledge of this. You're fucking Bill Belichick, and you don't have knowledge, and you're telling me you don't have knowledge of shit that happens in your organization. Do you think any other that's pretty much like Robert Kraft saying, "Oh, I didn't know anything about it." It's literally his organization, and he straight up lied to the media and said, "Oh, I didn't know anything about it." So the fans have actually, when it first happened, the fans were like, "Oh, you guys are just eating up because this is what the media is saying and ESPN and blah blah blah. There's no actual proof." And then right after all that shit happened, Patriots admitted to it. But second nominee is none other than our old friend, Orlando Scandrick. Orlando strikes again. Every time there's a fucking chance for him to throw shade at the Philadelphia Eagles, because he literally was the worst player on our fucking team and we released him, he takes it. He takes whatever shots he wants to take. He's up there today talking about Carson Wentz. Oh, well, Carson Wentz, he showed us lightning in a bottle in 2017, and he'll never be the fucking same dude. And blah, blah, blah. He's nothing special. Like, you literally went to Colin Cowherd a few weeks ago whenever we lost to the Cowboys, and the day he got released, to do interviews. And Colin Cowherd literally asked him, yo, do you want to play in the league still? Like, are you still going to be looking for another job with the team? And he goes, oh, no, I'm to the point in my career that I don't want to I just want to do TV. I don't want to play in the league anymore. And to me, that's translation, Orlando Scandrick. I fucking suck. And no team is going to bother signing me anyway. So, New England Patriots organization, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, all the players, all the coaches, the equipment managers, the fucking cheerleaders, the security guards, the custodians, the fucking fans, sit the fuck down. Orlando Scandrick, sit the fuck down.
I honestly, all I could probably do right now is probably just agree, because honestly, I know the Patriots thing was a huge thing this week with all of that, and I actually didn't read more into it than when it happened. I didn't actually know they admitted to it, so that's crazy. And I saw Orlando Scandrick was on TV again. I didn't watch it because I knew he was gonna, and it was on the Eagles. I didn't even bother watching it because I don't really watch any of that stuff on Undisputed unless it's something really worth watching. But
right.
Now the guy, when the Eagles are in a skit now Orlando Scandrick is going to talk about them. Now it's like a thing that just happens now. And when the Cowboys play, it's another thing too. So I'll just agree with both, honestly. I mean,
all right, Orlando,
nail in the coffin.
Sit the fuck down. New England, sit the fuck down. All right, guys, this is the end of the show. We thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to Joey Shake 72. Please subscribe to me if you're new. We do this every single week. We're going to continue doing this every single week. Off season, a lot of good things in store. So in the meantime, please also go subscribe to the Read and React YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. We put stuff out. We're going to put more stuff out. So go do all those things for me. And unless you got anything else to say, Joe, we're going to be signing off for the night. Birds got those skins standing in our way. Let's try to take care of business, get a good win, and head into this Dallas game with one thing in mind.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. I just want us to go into this game with passion. I want us to just take over FedEx and just I want us to play like we got something to prove, and I know these guys have a lot of fire under them between the new receivers and Boston Scott in the backfield, and just everybody. And then Carson Wentz has proved a lot of things, and like you said, like now we know what the problem is, and my God, does this offense look better? We've lost by one possession. We've lost by one catch. We've lost by we would have had this division by a landslide, a total landslide. But unfortunately, we have to fight for it now. So Washington's going to have some trouble someday, and we're going to give it to them. So that's all I got to say. I'm ready for it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Read and React show. This is your Military Jim. That's your boy Joey Shake 72, and we will see you guys next time. Go Birds, baby.
Peace.